life in here too, you know.
Tragedy at Table Rock.
Marine crew, anybody that can read me? I need a rope on the bow.
At this time, we have 11 confirmed fatalities.
A duck boat packed with people sinks during a strong storm.
I'm live at the scene working to get information as search crews pray for a miracle.
It was allowed overnight for thousands of you in southern Illinois, but I'm tracking some big changes in your weekend forecast. I'll time it out with Futurecast.
A new chapter being written with our relationship with Russia. What Vladimir Putin is saying overnight about President Trump's invitation to the White House.
And searching for supplies.
It's all about participating as a community for your neighbor.
The big way you can help students start the school year on the right foot.
Today in St. Louis, the fastest growing morning
But the bottom
show.
line is that this is a really tough situation and it's gut-wrenching, and we may know the people involved here, so it's a very sensitive situation, but we're doing our best as a city to try to do whatever it is we can to help in this situation.
A heartbreaking situation is unfolding in southwest Missouri. Good morning, and it's Friday, July 20th. I'm Randy Knott.
And I'm Allie Corey. Overnight, we received the news that no one wanted to hear. 11 people are confirmed dead after a duck boat capsized at Table Rock Lake. And unfortunately, children are among the victims.
Dozens of you are sharing your thoughts and prayers on our KCK Facebook page. You can see those messages scrolling at the bottom of the screen.
And Rennie, I want to get people caught up this morning as to exactly what we know at this time. Now, in addition to the 11 people killed, 5 others are still missing. 7 are being treated in the hospital. One of them does have serious injuries. The others are just minor. Now, there were around 30 people on the boat at the time. Several of them did make it to shore okay, so that is, of course, a bit of good news this morning. Rennie?
This happened on Table Rock Lake. That's about 250 miles southwest of St. Louis. It's not far from Branson. Our Brandon Morano is in Table Rock this morning. He joins us now live with more. Good morning, Brandon.
Hey, good morning, Rennie. Yeah, you mentioned Table Rock here, about 250 miles away from St. Louis. It's a popular tourist destination for a lot of people in our area and throughout Missouri and surrounding states as well. So when I talked to the sheriff's deputy here, he didn't say whether any of those victims were from our area, but we're still working to learn that. But I want to give you an idea of the search area that teams are searching right now. I just saw a few boats back on the lake. I'm going to go ahead and pan the camera here so you can get an idea of just how big of a lake this is. It's about 70 square miles. So that's what divers from the Stone County Highway Patrol dive team are working with here. There's still 5 people missing. Now, I want to show you some video that a woman took who saw the boat capsize. Now, these duck boats, for those of you who aren't familiar, are about the size of a school bus. I mean, they're big. There were 31 people on board. Now, 7 people were taken to the hospital. You mentioned the 11 dead and sadly children among them, but 7 were taken to the hospital. 1 was seriously injured. There were actually 2 duck boats coming back to land when this all happened around 7 o'clock last night. The first one thankfully made it back safely, and then the second one hit those high winds. You saw some of that video earlier in the show. But just a very sad situation here. And just a few hours ago, Melody Pettit with Branson, the city of Branson, had this to say.
We care. The city of Branson is a very small community at its heart, and we care about the people who are involved in this situation and just how hard it is. So we've opened up the doors to City Hall to allow some of the family members who are involved in this situation to be here, to be comforted, to have a place to go during one of the most difficult times in their life.
Now, the boat dock I'm standing on is about a quarter mile away from where that duck boat capsized. And speaking of community, they're asking for your help as well. The Stone County Sheriff's Department is asking you to post pictures and video of the accident on their Facebook page or any information you may have. And the National Transportation Safety Bureau is also sending an investigative team out here this morning to conduct an initial investigation. They're asking for your help as well. They want you to email them if you have any information at witness@ntsb.gov. Renee and Allie.
It's a tough situation. Thank you, Brandon.
Well, obviously, we know that weather played a huge role in this tragic accident. Let's bring in meteorologist Chester Lampkin now. And Chester, can you give us an idea of what that boat was up against at the time it capsized?
Well, at least winds of 60 miles per hour. There was actually a severe thunderstorm warning issued 30 minutes before that accident occurred. Let me show you what happened with the 5 on your side radar. So this is out of Springfield, Missouri. And there are the storms yesterday evening rumbling through. We zoom in towards Branson. Now here's Branson here, the airport located down here, and Table Rock Lake just to the west. And I've labeled that for you. There was a report of a 63 mile per hour wind gust in that area at the Branson airport, which is again located south of Branson City, but south and east of Table Rock Lake. And this storm did track over this same area. So with that said, there was severe level winds yesterday evening at that time, which is why the National Weather Service issued that severe thunderstorm warning 30 minutes prior to the accident. With that said, let me get back to the local forecast. A quick look here. We've got dry weather here, but a couple of thunderstorms rumbling through Phelps and Denton County this morning. Locally, we're in the 80s and 90s for the afternoon hours. We'll have more on our local forecast in a few minutes, but now back to you guys.
All right, Chester, thanks. Missouri Senator Claire McCaskill is reacting to this tragic news. Overnight, she shared well wishes for all the families involved, and she thanked the first responders. Governor Mike Parson also tweeting, offering his prayers for everyone involved.
We will have updates on this tragic story throughout the hour here on Today in St. Louis. You can also get the latest information anytime on our website and on the KSCK app.
And I want to get you out the door here on a Friday morning. It's 6:06. We're going to take a live look starting out here 44 at Arsenal. We do have plenty of construction on 44 in both directions today. And we're getting some more that's going to be ongoing near Park this morning. But looking good so far. We're not seeing many issues out there. Might have some isolated patchy fog. Our red weather index is picking up on that out to the west of us over parts of Franklin County and then into St. Charles County in the River Valley. So keep an eye on that, but nothing immediate for the St. Louis Metro. Not seeing much slowing either. We do have construction that is going to be going on, and actually some utility work that could slow you down in the Maplewood area this morning. This is on Hanley Road, north of Manchester Road. It's down to 1 lane, so be aware of that if you're going to be heading out here soon.
Okay, Jess, thanks. We want to turn now to some other breaking news coming out of here in St. Louis. Within the last 30 minutes, we've learned that a woman was shot and killed in South City overnight. This is a live picture from the scene. It's near the intersection of Pennsylvania and Wyoming. That's about 2 blocks north of Cherokee Street. Police tell us the woman was shot multiple times. Officers are not releasing any other details.
Now to incredible video of a frightening situation in Iowa. Just take a look at this. Several large funnel clouds and tornadoes were spotted yesterday afternoon. This video was shot near the town of Pella, that's east of Des Moines. After the storms passed, people got a better look at the damage that was left behind. A devastating scene in Marshalltown. Homes and cars are destroyed, trees ripped from their roots. At least 7 people have been injured.
New this morning, Russia says they're willing to play ball when it comes to a visit from Vladimir Putin. Overnight, Russian officials said they are, quote, open to a White House visit. It would be the first time a Russian leader has been to Washington in nearly a decade. This all comes after a meeting between the two leaders this week, where after criticism, President Trump backed off an offer to allow Russia to interrogate Americans.
Getting along with Russia is a positive, not a negative. Right. Now, with that being said, if that doesn't work out, I'll be the worst enemy he's ever had.
If things go according to plan, Putin would be here in the middle of the fall campaign. Intelligence officials believe Russia is already targeting November midterms.
More now on a story that we first brought you yesterday on Today in St. Louis. Those new electric scooters hitting the streets of St. Louis may not be around for long. Byrd electric scooters began showing up across the city this week, but the company is operating illegally. The mayor's office tells 5 on Your Side they are working to have the scooters removed until the proper regulations are in place. That being said, riding them is not illegal. So if you decide to take a spin on a scooter, you will not be ticketed.
Imagine sending your child off to school with little to no school supplies because you simply can't afford it. Well, that's the reality in many of our area schools, but the Alton School District is hoping to change that. This 5.5-ton school bus is waiting to be filled with school supplies at the Big Lots parking lot off Homer Adams Parkway.
It's all about participating as a community for your neighbor, for your coworker, for the children of our community.
To see a child not have something on the first day of school, they're already starting out less than somebody else, and that's the last thing you ever want a student to have to deal with.
Now, a Stuff the Bus event for kids is happening tomorrow morning from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. They're looking for everything from pencils, pens, and backpacks to tissues and hand sanitizer. If you can't make Saturday Stuff the Bus event, that's okay. The Big Lots has a donation bin right out front.
They need everything. Basically everything that you would need to go to school on a daily basis. Stuff the bus with it as soon as possible.
It's so true.
The time right now is 6:09. In less than a month, the best golfers in the world will be right here in St. Louis. Just how much money the PGA Championship will bring to our region.
Hey guys, and we're making muffins this morning, but chicken sausage, is that something you normally see in a muffin? Well, we're making special muffins, and I've got the details coming up.
Welcome back, 612. If you are just joining us, we continue to follow that breaking news in southwest Missouri. 11 people are confirmed dead after a duck boat tipped over during a severe storm. Now, it happened at Table Rock Lake, that's right near Branson. I'm sure many of you are familiar with that area. The divers will be returning to the water this morning, now that the sun is up, to search for 5 people who are still missing. Our Brandon Morano has been live in Table Rock all morning long. He will be back with another report for us. That's coming up at 6:30. But I know, Chester, you were saying winds in that area when that happened were how high were they?
They were recorded at 63 miles per hour at the Branson airport shortly after that accident. So there definitely was a severe thunderstorm warning. There was a 30-minute lead time on that storm. Unfortunately, it seems like the message did not get through to the boat operator. Still a lot to digest there, so we'll find out more information as the days come along. 76 right now in St. Louis. A humid morning, too. Very sticky if you're stepping out for that morning jog or walk. You're taking the dog out. If you are going to be out today, maybe the umbrella if you live south and west of St. Louis for the morning hours. Rolla down through Salem and over towards Lesterville and Fredericktown. A couple of showers in your area. Nothing severe this morning. There could be a stronger storm south of St. Louis this afternoon. Mild morning, Berkeley at 74, Afton at 73, and 70 in O'Fallon, Illinois. We hit 90 plus today. Hottest day of the next 7 probably, with the heat index topping the upper 90s. Our forecast high is 94. Any rain in the metro will be gone by midday and a dry and humid afternoon. Jessica's in with a look at the roads. What's the latest?
We're not seeing any accidents or anything like that, so that is good. We haven't seen too many big issues so far this morning. The roads are dry around St. Louis. You're seeing this pocket of yellow out here. I've turned on our road weather index, and that shows maybe a little bit of patchy fog in the river valley out there in the Missouri River, but nothing that's impacting the metro area. We just have some construction to deal with. This has been ongoing on 55 on the northbound side. The ramps there you can see at 67. All of those are closed. The northbound ramp from 55 to 67, that's closed. This northbound 67 ramp to northbound 55 also closed, in the lane it's down to 1 lane in that area trying to get by that construction. So expect some delays. Also some delays here that I've been seeing the last several mornings here on 270. Both directions, construction going on between 70 and Dorset. That's going to continue into next month. Also the on-ramp to get on northbound 270 from Dorset, that will continue to be closed as well. So just keep that in mind, but other than that, no other big issues here at 6:15.
Okay, thank you, Jess. Well, in just a few weeks, the PGA Championship will tee off at Belle Reef Country Club, and it's expected to be a hole-in-one for St. Louis. Our partners at the Business Journal crunched the numbers, and it's estimated the championship will bring in 80,000 visitors and $100 million in revenue. Now, the tournament starts August 6th. It ends on August 12th.
Huh. I'm trying to let somebody, invite me over.
I know. Does
I'm just putting it out there on social media. Hey, if you need somebody to hang out with the Belle Reef, I'm your man.
We're good at making drinks.
Just letting you know. Yeah.
We'll be along for the party.
I'll bring my sweat towels. Hey, all week we've been sharing some of our favorite spots here in St. Louis in a segment we call Perfect STL Day.
And this morning, our newest member of the Tissel family is showing us her ideal day. We're talking about Jen Sullivan, and she's live inside the kitchen this morning. What are you cooking up, Jen?
Yeah, good morning, guys. After that really tough workout I had, it's time to eat. I'm just kidding. I probably burned more calories doing a wardrobe change in the car than I did while I was at Forest Park. But right now we are making breakfast muffins. How good does that sound? Rennie, I know that it's Payday Pizza Friday, but I'm bringing in muffins this morning. And I'm right now cutting sweet tomatoes, and I'm going to have my friend Andy Sidwell actually taste one to prove that they right, here, you want me to turn the camera on you? All right, here's my helper. All right.
It's really good.
Is it?
Oh, fantastic.
All right, well, that is actually going to...
The sausage or chicken on the skillet is really looks good and smells awesome. So I'm kind of stoked about this.
All right,
this is really good. So, hey, I'm getting paid to do this right now. So I'm down with this.
All right, I'm going to give this back. So, Andy, thanks. I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. So, in a muffin tray, what I've done is I've kind of taken some eggs, and what I'm going to do is whisk them in here. That's the easiest way to make these, is to actually crack them first and then put them in there. And then I'm going to take some of the ingredients like onions that are already there, some of the tomatoes, and then I'm going to take some of this chicken sausage, and I chose chicken sausage because it's a little bit healthier, a little bit, and I say that lightly. And then, of course, you got to have lots of cheese. So I'm going to put some of this shredded Gouda, because that's my favorite, and there's cracked peppers in there already. And what you do is, I lost my fork, here we go. Only show the clean parts of my kitchen, okay, guys? I can't even tell you how long I cleaned yesterday to make sure my kitchen looked TV ready. But what you want to do is do that and then scramble it up like you would do with scrambled eggs. And sometimes I put a little bit of milk in there as well to make them fluffy. And then you just stick them in the oven after you preheated it for 350 degrees. And then they cook for about 12 to 15 minutes depending on your oven. And they're ready to go. So I'll have those soon. But guys, where do you think I bought all these ingredients? It wasn't from a grocery store. I'm going to have the answer for you guys coming up at 6:30. It's a very special place.
Oh, looking forward to that.
Yes,
That should be
those
a lot
look
of fun.
amazing, and I like that they're, you know, healthier than
Yeah.
the Payday Friday pizza that Rennie brings in.
Come on now, I think it's a perfect
Yeah,
matchup.
but that's really good, and we need that on a Friday.
We do.
Now, what we need on a Friday is a full tummy, and I'm
Yes.
glad you're going to bring those in here. All right, thank you, Jen. Hey, you guys can get in on the fun by telling us what you like to do on your ideal day in the loo. Just tweet us a list of your favorite places using the hashtag #PerfectSTLDay.
The time right now is 6:19. Chester is tracking a cold front
Oh,
headed our way. He's going to break that down, what it means for the weekend forecast coming up.
Plus,
what are the 10 hottest smart tech deals still in stock from Prime Day? I have you covered. Coming right up.
How would you like to make your home smarter and save some money? Sounds pretty good, right?
Our money guy, Matt Granite, shows us 10 ways to get that job done.
It doesn't get better. It doesn't get smarter. I'm talking about you. You're awesome for watching. Your savings are not only smart today because you are getting in on this insight before anyone else, but more importantly, you can make your whole home smart today for well under $60. Great to be with you. One of the top trending tech groups that we saw on Prime Day, Smart Tech. A way to make your home more accessible, more convenient, and more importantly, monitored around the clock by you. In the number 10 spot, an HP 10-inch HD picture frame. In the number 9 spot, a smart power bank that won't overcharge your devices. In the number 8 spot, a wireless charger using the newest technology. In the number 7 spot, an action cam that can wirelessly transmit footage back to your smartphone. In the number 6 spot, it's a robo-massager. In the number 5 spot, it's a smart notebook. In the number 4 spot, it's a RoboVac. In the number 3 spot, a smart notebook. In the number 2 spot, it's a smart plug deal you won't believe. And for the number 1 deal, head over to our website. KSDK.com is where I have you covered 5 on your side savings for the bi-state. Back to you.
Oh boy, I like that robo-massager thing. That looked pretty cool there. And it's cheaper. So we're laughing because...
No. Let's move on. Let's move on. 6:23.
We'll talk about that at another time.
Some things remain, behind the scenes.
What happens in the locker room stays in the locker room.
Let's talk about the forecast.
Are we in the locker room?
We're in our own locker room. Get you out the door here. Forecast is calling for dry skies as we start the day, and that's how it looks across Metro St. Louis at this early hour. Actually, really pretty. Look at that, guys. This is our view from Richmond Heights into St. Louis. You've got the arch over here and a couple fair weather clouds pushing through. Want to remind you guys of cool down St. Louis. Even though we haven't had a super hot stretch, they still could use your help helping others stay cool this time of year. CoolDownStLouis.org to make a donation. They help our qualified seniors, the disabled, and our low-income neighbors of the Metro and surrounding Illinois and Missouri stay cool during extreme heat. And today is going to be a hot day. Now we're tracking a couple showers south and west of St. Louis. Nothing terribly significant, and our computer does generate a little bit more activity. So if you're watching us from Reynolds, Dent, Iron, Phelps County, maybe Crawford County, you guys may get a shower this morning. Slim chance that we get anything in the metro. By midday, we're already at 90. It's mostly sunny for the afternoon. We're rain-free in our part of Missouri and Illinois, except to the south from Perryville down through Fredericktown. You guys may get a stronger storm, maybe as far north as Sparta and Mount Vernon. Not terribly sold on rain chances today, and by evening, a cold front comes through. So it's muggy today, but less humid, more comfortable by tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow morning, that morning run, jog, you're heading to the farmer's market. Looks good. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s, highs only in the 80s tomorrow with northwesterly flow. We'll cloud up the skies a bit. Perhaps a sprinkle on Saturday, but nothing significant now. Coming up in the next half hour, I'm going to take the futurecast through Sunday to try to time out any sprinkle chances for Sunday. 94 today. Steamy hot, westerly breezes, slim chance of a morning shower. Less humid by tonight, maybe windows open. 60s to around 70 for lows and only 87 tomorrow. That's not too shabby for the middle to the latter part of July. Comfortable on Sunday, but maybe a sprinkle then. Monday and Tuesday, it's warmer, but still not humid. Highs will be flirting with 90 by Wednesday, Thursday. Jessica's in for Anthony this morning. What's the latest?
Hey, it's not a bad start to Friday. I love that forecast for this weekend. Looking pretty good here. 64 at Chesterfield Parkway. This is looking west. Not seeing a lot of volume yet, so you can actually see the sun kind of shining on the trees there. Looks like a great start for us. We haven't had any big accidents or incidents here, and the map's all green, meaning our speeds are in good shape, anywhere 60 to 70 miles per hour. Want to let you know, though, if you live in the Maplewood area and take Hanley to get up to the highway or heading back south towards 44, we do have some utility work in the area just north of Manchester Road, and it's down to one lane there, so it could be a little bit slow. Also have road work going on in Illinois on southbound 255 near Collinsville. That is for some bridge work. A couple lanes are going to be closed through Monday, so keep in mind, could be a little bit slower through the Metro East this morning. Rennie?
All right, thank you, Jessica. The time right now is 6:26. We have 4 puppies who need a good home. They'll be joining us in studio this morning. That's next in Sammy Stars.
And we continue to follow that devastating news out of southwest Missouri. 11 people killed after a duck boat capsizes. We have a live update on the search for survivors at 6:30. Welcome back. It's time for Sammy Stars. You're going to hear more about this sweet angel, Serena, in just a moment. But first, we have another cute putt that we want to show you. This is Dixon, and Dixon is a black lab who actually lives in Baldwin with our Tissel producer, Megan, and her husband, Mitch. Look at how sweet. And as you can see by the collar here, a Blues fan. I love it. If you would like to see your pet on TV, just tweet us a picture and a little info. Just be sure to use the hashtag Sammy Stars. What's up, babe?
All right, today's pets for adoption come from Needy Paws Rescue, and I'm just going to tell you, these little lovables are not going to last for long. We have Serena, Coco, and Mocha. They're all 7-week-old child mixes, and they're litter mates. And as you can see, all of a sudden, this guy wants to start moving around a little bit. They are looking forward to going home to a good home. Now, if you got a big home, I guess you could take all of these guys with you if you like. There's a 4th pup. That pup actually has already been adopted, so just want to let you know that people love these guys. So just give needypaws.org a call and let them know that you would like to meet these guys up close and personal. They are so
you guys,
cute.
They have puppy breath and they just smell so good.
Yes, they do.
You're so sweet.
Stay tuned now for the next half hour of Today in St. Louis.
But the bottom line is that this is a really tough situation, and it's gut-wrenching.
Rescue crews returning to the water this morning after a duck boat capsizes in a Missouri lake. I'll have an update on the search for the missing and the others who were injured.
Overnight storms are clearing across the bi-state. I'm tracking a cold front headed our way. I'll tell you what it means for your weekend forecast.
Proper anthem policy, the way one NFL team is doubling down on its promise to make NFL players stand during the national anthem.
And when life gives you lemons.
Hello.
Hey, can I have some lemonade?
Yes.
I'd love some lemonade.
The heartwarming way this little girl is helping a stranger in her fight against cancer.
Today in St. Louis, the fastest growing morning show.
Good morning. The time right now is 6:31. I'm Randy Knox.
And I'm Allie Corey. We want to begin this half hour with that devastating story out of southwest Missouri. Dive crews returning to the water this morning after a duck boat capsizes on Table Rock Lake.
Now here's the latest information from emergency crews. 11 people are confirmed dead. 5 are still missing this morning. 7 people are being treated at the hospital. There were around 30 people on the boat at the time, and several people did make it to shore okay.
Now, Table Rock Lake, as many of you are probably familiar with, sits next to Table Rock, Missouri. That is just a few miles from Branson. That is where we find our Brandon Morano. He is live on the scene for us with the very latest. Brandon, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Allie. That's hard to say this morning. A very somber scene out here at Table Rock Lake. Now, I just saw a few boats pass by me here. I want to kind of show you what I'm looking at. Now, Table Rock Lake is a big lake, so search crews have about 70 square miles of area to cover looking for those 5 missing people. Now, the community is coming together. The Missouri State Highway Patrol set up a family center at Branson City Hall. And as you mentioned, the boat had 31 people on board when it capsized around 7 o'clock last night. Now, there are life jackets on board, but it's unclear if anyone was wearing them at the time. Now, and there were 2 duck boats coming back to land when this all happened. Thankfully, the first one made it back to shore safely, and the second one was hit with waves that investigators believe was due to the high winds and storms that moved through. Now, we learned that information from authorities about 4 or 5 hours ago, and the next scheduled briefing where we're supposed to get updated information is in just a couple hours this morning, about a quarter mile away from where I'm standing. You just saw that video that a viewer sent in of the boat capsizing. Very, very somber video there, and but the community is coming together and they want your help. So the Stone County Sheriff's Department wants anybody with pictures, video, or information as to what happened into the crash to post those on their Facebook page, and the National Transportation Safety Bureau is also coming out this morning to start their investigation. They want anybody with information to email them at witness@ntsb.gov. Now, the tour boat company is cooperating with investigators, so that's the latest information we have right now. We're going to continue to follow that all morning here at Table Rock.
All right, thank you, Brandon.
So heartbreaking. And if you haven't done it yet, you can download the 5 on Your Side app. If you do that, you will get alerts on any new information that we have on this story on the KSDK app.
Closer to home, we saw some strong storms race across the eastern part of our viewing area overnight. I want you guys to check out this video our crew shot near Highland, Illinois. You can see a lane of lightning out there, and even heard about some tornado warnings that were being issued. Thankfully, no reports of any serious damage. And Chester, I know yesterday I was watching the Weather Channel for a while there, and there was a breakout of tornadoes across the Iowa area. Did all that just basically move down through us?
Basically, the southern storm in Iowa, the one that hit near Ottumwa, that one actually is the one that raced across the Metro East and into southern Illinois overnight. And that's why Craig Mueller was here so late last night, and we were in storm alert. That's mostly gone now, which is good news.
Good news.
Yeah. But we are tracking a few showers out there this morning. Our front of boundary hasn't come through just yet. A couple showers moving through Dent County, down into Reynolds and Iron County this morning. And one has popped up into St. Genevieve County as we start the day. Locally in St. Louis, we're still quite warm, still quite humid as well. The humidity will drop behind the cold front that arrives later today. 76 in St. Louis. We're at 82 at 9 o'clock, 92 at 1 o'clock. And in the mid-90s for afternoon temperatures, staying humid until we get into the evening hours. 94, and then that cooler weather filters in for the Saturday and Sunday time period. Northwesterly flow kicks in. It will be breezy, cooler, less humid for the weekend. We'll talk more about that weekend forecast hour by hour on our Futurecast. That's just minutes away. 6:36. Jessica, what's the latest?
It's looking good out here for a Friday morning, 6:36, and we're seeing 270 at Lindbergh, looking east. It looks pretty good. A few more cars out there, though, starting to get into the morning rush. We're not seeing many accidents or incidents, so that's good. Great news for us on both sides of the river. We're seeing not many slowdowns either, but starting to get a little slow coming in from Illinois over the Poplar Street Bridge. Also have a ramp closures again tonight on 55 northbound, the ramp to the Poplar Street Bridge to eastbound 64. That's going to be closed after 8 o'clock, so keep that in mind. If you're heading into Illinois this evening, you'll have to head up and use 70. Back to the south, we still have those ongoing restrictions here at 55 and 67. You can see the back up there heading northbound on 67. Going to see those ramps continue to be closed to southbound 67, the northbound 67 ramp to northbound 55. Still closed, so give yourself a little bit of extra time if you're coming in from Jefferson County.
Okay, thank you, Jess. 6:37 now. It's Free Tank Friday, Rennie. That means we're giving away another $50 gas card, but you got to stay tuned for the code word to win.
We're not eligible, by the way.
No.
She's no doctor, but this little girl found a way to make a woman's fight against cancer a bit easier. What she's trying to buy, 1 cup of lemonade at a time. If you're just joining us, we are following that breaking news in southwest Missouri. 11 people are confirmed dead after a duck boat tips over during a severe storm. It happened at Table Rock Lake near Branson. Divers will return to the water this morning to search for 5 people still missing. Brandon Morano is in Table Rock. He will have another live report for us in about 10 minutes.
6:40 now. Let's check in on some of the other top stories we're following for you this morning in your morning rush. You may not see a Miami Dolphins player take a knee during the national anthem this season. Here's why. The team has a new proper anthem conduct policy. Now, under it, players could face a possible fine and suspension for up to 4 games if they choose to protest. The league's commissioner says a team can use their own discretion when it comes to disciplining a player. Your blood sugar may not be the only thing you need to check if you have diabetes. New research argues that high glucose could damage your DNA and lead to cancer. Now, the risk is especially high for women, particularly for leukemia and the cancers of the stomach, mouth, and kidney. Well, you may not just be saving on food and clothes at Walmart in the near future. The retailer is also hoping to get your video streaming business. After acquiring on-demand video service Vudu back in 2010, Walmart is hoping to launch a subscription video service by later this year. Rennie?
Well, Allie, what are your favorite spots in St. Louis?
There's too many to describe.
I know. It's a question we've been asking you to answer all week long in a series we like to call Perfect STL Day. Well, this morning is Jen Sullivan's turn. She's live for us right now in Soulard. So, Jen, exactly what are you up to now? You're in the kitchen, you're in the park. What's next?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Now I'm in the Soulard Farmers Market. A lot of the ingredients that I got for my breakfast muffins came from here. And I'm going to tell you why this is part of my perfect day in St. Louis. It's because one of my favorite things about the city is being able to explore. There's so many different types of neighborhoods, and they're rich with culture, diversity, and there's nothing more exciting to me than going on an adventure, whether it's trying new food, seeing a new neighborhood, going to the Muni, maybe the museum. So here we are. The vendors are getting ready here. It opens in about 30 minutes for the public if you want to come out here and you're inspired by my breakfast and you want to make your own. This is Fazio's bread, and I was talking to them. This is the oldest bakery in the St. Louis area, and it's on the hill. And that's part of the thing I love about coming here and talking to the different farmers and the different bakers that come here, and they all have a history here. They love being here. And those conversations, I think, are priceless. I'm fascinated by what they do. I want to try all their products. I want to see what they have to say. And you know, it really makes it more of a community atmosphere. Also, I was here obviously before. This is the first time I've been here because I had to get those ingredients. And one of my favorite parts about the farmers market in Soulard is the spices. And now that's not in the outdoor part where I'm standing, that's actually in the building. But there's so many, and you actually get to taste them. If you want to say, hey, I want to try that, they'll bring it out and you can taste some of them. There's some really spicy ones, really salty ones, just a huge mix. I personally like the spice. I like a lot of heat on my food, but you know, they've got something for everybody, and that's why I love the Soulard Farmers Market. Just one of my many adventures, guys, on my perfect day in St. Louis. I'm gonna toss things back to you guys.
Well, it looks like you had a lot of fun.
Do you want some bread?
Now bring the muffins back to
It'll
work.
go well with the pizza.
Yes,
yeah, forgot about
absolutely.
The pizza. Yeah.
Thank you, Jen. Well, you can get in on all the fun as well by telling us what you would do on your ideal day in the Lou. All you have to do is tweet us a list of your favorite places. Just be sure to use the hashtag #PerfectSTLDay. Speaking of perfect.
Yep.
Chester?
Mr. Perfect.
Oh, no. Don't put that pressure on me. I can't deal with it. But I will say this. It is going to be quite nice this weekend. Nearly perfect weather, and I think that's what Allie was alluding to. The weather is going to be great. If you're heading to the farmer's market tomorrow morning, taking the dog out, taking the kiddos out, maybe you're just spending time in one of our many state parks, local parks, whatever it is. This is how it looks in St. Louis now. It's not perfect out there now. It's quite humid, it's muggy, temperatures are well into the 70s, Farmington, Chesterfield, 67 in St. Charles and 67 in Litchfield. Rain-cooled air towards Rolla and Salem. Look at our dew point. When the dew point is 70 and up, that is muggy air. And with that said, there's going to be enough of humidity around where we can get a stray morning shower or a thunderstorm. In fact, one's just popped up over northern Jefferson County. I'll show you that in just a moment. A couple also scooting through the skies of Reynolds and Madison County, Missouri. And here's this action as we start the day. So your morning drive is going to be a damp one, 21 down through Cedar Hill and 55 into the Arnold area as that thunderstorm rumbles through. This is not severe, but lightning is always dangerous. So be careful out there and take those outdoor activities indoors this morning if you live in northern Jefferson County right now. Maybe don't go on that morning jog in Arnold. So skies will clear out towards the afternoon hours. It's actually quite bright for most of us. A couple storms south of St. Louis could turn strong to severe towards later this morning and into the afternoon hours. Once we get into the evening, we're clear. We're less humid because the frontal boundary moves through, and that switches our wind to the northwest. And a northwesterly breeze brings in cooler air, less humid air, perhaps a sprinkle as an area of low pressure kind of hangs out over the Ohio River Valley, sort of cut off from the main flow. But all in all, the forecast prospects here, pretty nice next several days. It will get warmer next week, but we're basically rain-free until we get to about Friday or Saturday of the upcoming week. Let me show you the 7-day forecast. Hot and humid, maybe a stray shower this morning through midday, and then we'll be dry for the afternoon in the metro. 94, very muggy, but lower humidity for Saturday and Sunday. Great outdoor weather with temps in the low mid 80s, maybe a sprinkle on Sunday. We're still not humid Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, but temperatures will be warmer. All right, that's it for me. We'll send it over to Jessica.
Hey, it looks pretty good. 270 north of Big Bend. We're seeing a little bit more traffic this morning, but no big hang-ups, so that's good. And we're moving along well in that area. I've been mentioning our road weather index where you see that bright yellow. We have some areas where the visibility is a little bit lower. Not seeing widespread fog, but maybe in the river valleys, seeing a little bit of that patchiness. And we're heading back into the construction zones. I want to let you know this is going to be slow here through the morning between 70 and Dorset and possibly a little bit farther south of that on 270 south and northbound. Both directions going to have 2 lanes closed there. And then the northbound ramp from Dorset onto northbound 270, that is closed, and that's going to continue into next month. So expect some delays there as we've been seeing every morning. Also delays in the Metro East on southbound 255, have some lane closures there for bridge work, and that will be slow south of Collinsville. And then heading back in towards St. Louis, we're going to see some closures here this afternoon. Some lanes closed, so some slow times for the afternoon commute on 44 eastbound between Geyer and Murdoch. But other than that, no other big issues so far, which is great at 6:47 on Friday. Rennie?
All right, thank you, Jess. When a little soon-to-be second grader in St. Charles learned that a member of her family's Bible study group is being treated for cancer, she did more than offer prayers. Lucy took action. She started her own business to help out.
On the corner of Whitehorse Court, they're doing business.
Thank you. Perfect.
How's business?
It's good.
It's a family-run shop.
I'll tell you when done. It's good because it has sugar in it.
The profits from their labor aren't for them, though. They're raising money for Debbie, who's going through a tough time.
She's in stage 4 breast cancer, and she's really suffering.
The idea for the lemonade stand came from 7-year-old Lucy.
Lucy decided that she wanted to sell lemonade to donate to Debbie's wig.
Hello.
Hey, can I have some lemonade?
Yes.
I'd love some lemonade.
Grandma isn't really surprised by Lucy's generosity. She's seen her granddaughter show compassion throughout her young life.
We've seen it as part of who she is since she was old enough to talk and engage with people.
It is that spirit that has driven Lucy to endure the heat and the boredom that comes when business gets slow.
Keep waiting and waiting.
But the smile and the greeting are there with every pour.
What is the pitch you guys give to get people to come over and buy lemonade?
Oh, whatever flies out of a 5-year-old's mouth.
She's a little entrepreneur with a heart.
Has a faith bigger than anyone I know.
The drink, just as sweet as the little girl serving it.
That's good lemonade.
One customer thinks she's heaven sent.
You have angel wings.
Lucy's grandmother believes she is here to serve a purpose greater than just quenching the thirst of others.
Can I get some lemonade?
She's going to do big things in her life. Yeah, she is something else. She's a sweet little thing.
Have a nice day.
Oh my word.
Now, I am happy to report that Lucy and her little brothers, Ryan and Jake, have raised enough money to buy Debbie a nice wig.
That is awesome. They may be little, but they are doing big things.
Yeah, big hearts, tell you that much.
That made my morning. Hey, you know what else will make your morning? It's Free Tank Friday. We're giving away a $50 gas card before we go off the air at 7 o'clock, so stay tuned for the code word to win.
How would you like to start the weekend with a full tank of gas? It's Free Tank Friday, which means we're giving away a $50 gas card to fill up 66.
Today's code word is Parkway. Head to ksdk.com/contest and enter the code word Parkway to register to win. Good luck. 6:52, and we are back now with more of your morning rush.
Dive crews are heading back into the water this morning after that tragic duck boat crash near Branson. Brandon Morano is in Table Rock, Missouri with the very latest.
Good morning. I'm here at Table Rock where around 7 o'clock last night a duck boat collapsed. There were 31 people on board. 11 people are confirmed dead, and sadly children are among those who passed away. Now there are 5 people still missing, and the search continues for those people this morning. The sun just came up and search crews are out here on the lake. Now I want to show you some video from yesterday when that boat capsized, and I want to warn you it may be disturbing. Now, the community is also asking for your help. They want you to send pictures and video to the Stone County Sheriff's Department, and the National Transportation Safety Bureau is also asking for your help. They want you to email any information, pictures, or video to witness@ntsb.gov. Now, there were life jackets on board the boat, but we don't know if those people on board had them on or not.
Hey, thank you, Brandon. In the Today Show, we'll have a live report from Table Rock that's coming up in just a few minutes. You can also get the very latest information anytime on our website, as well as on the KSDK app.
Police need your help this morning as they try to find a group of thieves who are targeting Walgreens stores in St. Louis County. Take a look at this video. You can see 3 men inside the Walgreens on Olive. Police tell us they got away with a box of cigarettes. Detectives believe these guys are behind robberies at 2 other Walgreens, including the one in Florissant. If you have any information, you're asked to call police.
Well, those new electric scooters hitting the streets of St. Louis might not be around for very long. Byrd electric scooters began showing up all across the city this week, but the company is operating illegally. The mayor's office tells 5 on Your Side they are working to have the scooters removed until the proper regulations are put in place. That being said, riding them is not illegal, so if you do decide to take a scooter out for a spin, you will not be ticketed. Hey, are you feeling lucky this Friday? You might want to invest that luck into a lottery ticket. That's because tonight you have a shot at $422 million.
I like that number. That's the jackpot for the Mega Millions Lotto drawing. If there is a winner tonight, it would be the 6th largest Mega Millions prize and the 19th largest in U.S. lottery history. And Chester, if I win, I'm giving you $20.
Yeah, you know, Rennie,
So
20
generous.
bucks. Don't even give me anything. Just
His
you know
generosity is just breaking at the seams.
I mean, honestly, I hope you win $20. Let's get you out the door here with temperatures in the 90s this afternoon. Steamy, humid. Rennie, I do really hope you win. Give me a $1. 6:55 our time. 94 up for the high in St. Louis, same in Rollins. Upper 80s in Effingham. We are tracking one thunderstorm that is rumbling through northern parts of Jefferson County. You guys are experiencing that now in Arnold and getting into the extreme southern regions of South St. Louis County. It'll move into Monroe County next. We are tracking some warm temperatures this morning, 76. The dew point is 70. It is muggy as we start the day. We're humid through the day. Hot, too, after that warm front lifted through. We'll get to 94 today. Then this evening, cold front pushes through. That'll knock down the humidity and the temperatures. Again, 94 today, but just 80s for the weekend, and looks mostly dry. Maybe a sprinkle on Sunday and lower humidity. Some great outdoor weather ahead, Jessica.
It doesn't look too bad for your morning commute, but it's getting slow in that construction zone on 270. This is looking north of Dorset. You can see the traffic really starting to pile up in both directions. So keep that in mind. Give yourself a little extra time if that's your route. Starting to pick up on a little bit of rain here on our road weather index south of St. Louis, as Chester just mentioned, but no other big accidents or incidents as we get in towards that construction area. You can see the speeds are down to around 30 miles per hour there. In the Westport area, also slow coming in from Illinois over the Poplar Street Bridge. But mainly just construction today, no big hangups.
All right, I'm just go ahead and say it. If I do win the $440 million, I will give you more than 20 bucks.
Okay.
But I want it to be a surprise.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
want to say the number right now.
36 bucks.
Let's
I
just say
appreciate
this.
that.
There's a good chance if I win, the two of us will not be here on Monday.
What about us?
We still
Can you take us to lunch
All right,
at
all
least?
4 of us will.
Okay, all right.
Corey, you too. You can come with us. Corey's the producer.
The whole Thistle crew. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching, guys, this morning.
You all witnessed that.
The Today Show is next.
We'll see you right back here on Monday morning. Hope you enjoy the weekend. It's going to be stupendous.
Yes,
Chester?
stupendous.
So he says.